Okay, we are on the second part of Unit 4. It's a continuation of the notes that we did on Monday. All right, we have an equilateral triangle. We learned on Monday that an equilateral triangle has all equal sides. We need to solve for both x and y. Okay, so in this case, if we're going to solve for both x and y, and it's an equilateral, keyword equal, we are going to set sides equal to each other. So logically, I could set any of the three sides equal to each other, but I don't want to set something with x equal to something with y. So I'll use this 49 meters to help me out. So to solve for x, I will do 3x plus 1 equals 49, and I will solve that. So I'll subtract 1 from both sides, giving me 3x equals 48. I will divide both sides by 3, and I will get x is 16. Then I will keep using that 49y, but I'm going to set it equal to the other side. We're doing this again because it's an equilateral triangle. So I will first add 41 to both sides so that I have 18y is equal to 90. Divide both sides by 18 so that I have y is equal to 5. So you have an equilateral. You can pick and choose your sides. If you look at number 2, we're not going to do it, but any pair would give you the correct answer. So, but the key is, we'll go ahead and do this one actually. So we'll do any two sides set equal to each other. I'll just do these because the first ones I saw, but it really wouldn't matter. And I'll 2x minus 22 equals to 10x minus 6. So my goal would be get my x's together. So I'm going to subtract my 10x from both sides. So they're together, and I get 2x minus 22 equals negative 6. And then I'm going to add this 22 to both sides so that I have 2x is equal to 16. And then I'll divide both sides by 2, and I'll get x is equal to 8. And I'm not going to circle that because that's not my answer. It didn't ask me for that. Oh, it did ask me that. Find x. But it also wants you to find and the measure of each side. So reading the directions, you have those. I almost didn't read the directions, and I wouldn't have circled that. So I will have to find all sides. So I'll have rs is 12 times x, in this case 8, minus 22 is equal to 74. I will find st. St is 10 times 8 minus 6 is equal to 74. And my last side is rt, and that is 7 times 8 plus 18 equals 74. And those should match. Okay, in this case they do. You would do number 3 similarly. That's one, if you want to go back and do that on your own for extra practice, you can. But let's look at that at an isosceles triangle, a little bit different. Okay, it's an isosceles triangle, and it tells me that DE is equal to EF. So we have these two sides. So I'm not going to use that x plus 21. I'm going to use these two sides. But then I'll read my directions, and I'll be finding multiple things. But in order to find x, an isosceles triangle has two equal sides. These two equal sides are the 8x minus 13 and the 5x plus 17. So like the previous problem, I'm going to get x by itself. This time I'll subtract 5 from each side so that I have 3x minus 13 is equal to just 17. And then I'll add 13 to both sides so that I have 3x is equal to 30. Divide by 30, divide by 30, and x is equal to 10. So find the x is done, but I need to find the measure of each side. So I need to find DE, EF, and DF. DE, I'll do 8 times 10 minus 13, and that will be 67. When you plug that in your calculator, you can do it in your head. And then EF is 5 times 10 plus 17, also equal to 67. And those should be equal because they told me here that DE and F are going to be equal. Now DF won't necessarily be that way, and I will have 10 plus 21 is equal to 31, and it is different. So you have these three answers. Now, and that one is similar too because you have another isosceles. We have a problem now where you don't have a diagram. Okay, so if you don't have a diagram, I recommend drawing your own diagram. So it says triangle PQR, so I'm just going to draw a very generic triangle, and I'm going to label it P, Q, and R. Okay, so I have triangle PQR here, and I'm going to label the information they've given me. So PQ is 18x plus 1, reading the directions. QR is 24x minus 17, and PR is 15x plus 10. Okay, and again, it's an equilateral triangle. We are going to find x and the measure of each side. So we're going to have multiple things. Okay, since it's equilateral, I can set any pair of the sides equal to each other. And notice they're all the same variable, so we can do that. Maybe if I want to do smaller numbers, I will do the 18x plus 1 equals 15x plus 10. I will try to get my x's together. So I'll subtract my 15x from both sides so that I have 3x plus 1 equals 10. I'll subtract 1 from both sides so that I have 3x equals 9. And I'll divide both sides by 3 so that I get x is 3. So there's my x. Now to find each side, I have to find PQ, QR, and PR. I'll plug them into the equations they provided. So I will have 18 times 3 plus 1. Plug that in your calculator and you get 55. I will then use QR, 24 times 3 minus 17 will give me 55. And I will give you 15 times 3 plus 10 equals 55. You need to show that because that does more than one thing. You're not only finding the measure of each side, they should all be the same, but you're checking your work because if you get something different, you're making a mistake. Number 7 is a little different. They didn't even give you the equations, so we can try this. If I have triangle S, T, and U, I'll have to use the words to write the equations. Okay, so ST is 1 less than twice of x. So here's twice of x. It's 1 less, so 2x minus 1. Okay, SU is 37 less than 5 times x. So I'm going to have 5 times x, but SU is 37 less than that. And TU is 11 more than x. So I will do x plus 11 or 11 plus x. Again, it's an equilateral triangle. Okay, and we're going to find x and the measure of each side. So I'll pick any pair of sides. And I'm going to do the 2x minus 1 equal to the x plus 11 since equilateral. And I will solve for x by subtracting x from both sides. And I will get x minus 1 equals 11. I'll add 1 to both sides. And I'll get x is equal to 12. Then I need to find ST, TU, and SU. Okay. ST is 2 times 12. The equations are drawn on our triangle. Minus 1, and that's equal to 23. TU is 12 plus 11 equal 23. And SU is 5 times 12 minus 37 is also equal to 23. Okay. Number 8, we can do this one. I think 8, 9, and 10 are all very similar. So we'll do 9 and 10 together then. Okay, so we'll draw a triangle, ABC. Okay, and we know that AB is congruent to BC, so those two are equal. All right, and AB is 3x plus 41. BC is 8x minus 54. And AC is 12x minus 103. Okay. So we will set the two equal sides equal to each other. So unlike the equilateral, you don't get to pick and choose. I have to set 3x plus 41 equal to 8x minus 54. Okay. I will subtract 3x from both sides so that I can get x by itself. And I'll have 41 is equal to 5x minus 54. I'll add 54 to both sides. And I will get 95 equals 5x, so that x is equal to 19. And then I have to find x and the measure of each side. So I will do AB is equal to 3 times 19 plus 41, and that'll be equal to 98. I'll plug it in for BC, and that'll give me 8 times 19 minus 54 is equal to 98. And I will do AC is equal to 12 times 19 minus 103 equal to 125. That is the one that's not equal because they told us the other two were equal, so that kind of checks us. That third one can be different. We'll do 10 together. Reason being, I want to definitely do this one because you have to write your own equations. Okay, so I have triangle GHI. We know that GI is congruent to HI. Okay, GH is 3 more than X, so that's X plus 3. It's 3 more. All right. HI is 17 less than 4X, so 4X, it's 17 less than. Okay. And then GI is 45 less than 6 times X, so 6 times X minus 45. So the two sides that are equal are HI, 4X minus 17, and GI, 6X minus 45. So I will subtract 4X from both sides so that I get negative 17 is equal to 2X minus 45. I'll add 45 to both sides so that I get 28 is equal to 2X. Divide both sides by 2, and I get X is equal to 14. I still then need to go find my other sides. So I will have GI, HI, and GH. Again, that's in the directions. Always read your directions carefully. All right, and GI would be plugging into the equation that we wrote. It's on the triangle. It's not one they gave us. 6 times 14 minus 45. Type that in your calculator or do some mental math, and you get 39. HI is 4 times 14 minus 17 is equal to 39, and that should be the case because GI and HI are the same. And then the last one could possibly be different, and it is X plus 3, so 14 plus 3, and I get 17.